Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. Today, I have a very special guest with me today. She is a press-on nail artist. Please welcome Megan. Hello, Megan. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you ever so much for having me. It's a true honor.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely want to go and get started by asking where you're originally from and tell us about your upbringing.
So I'm from Norfolk in the UK. I'm born and bred here. I'm country bumpkin, basically. I've never really left the village. But yeah, so that's where I'm from. My parents obviously brought me up in the countryside. Absolutely love it. I'm not a city girl. I'm a tractors and fields.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Now, what are your earliest memories about beauty?
So I remember my mum got me a nail art kit from, I think it was like I was 11 or 12 for Christmas. And I was like, oh, what is this? And ever since then, kind of every week, I've had a different nail design on my fingers. I just absolutely loved it. Fell in love with it. And yeah, so my mum's probably the one to thank for where I am now.
Okay. Was there anybody in your family in the beauty industry at all?
No.
No.
No, my family, none of us are really into beauty or anything like that. Like, we don't wear makeup, we don't get our hair done. I'm kind of like the black sheep of the family. So
yeah, that's interesting. So did you go to college at all to study anything?
I did. So I went to college to study media and film and media, but I didn't actually finish. So technically, I suppose I'm a college dropout. But yeah, so I went to high school. I did do art in high school. Absolutely loved it. I've been painting ever since I can remember and drawing, So I went to college, but didn't end as it should have done.
Yeah, it was like a regular art class, or was like a certain particular focus in
well,
art?
They wanted to focus us on surrealism, so where everything's not realistic. But I loved, portrait art. I loved making it look like what it's supposed to. So I didn't actually get a very good grade because I didn't do it as they wanted me to, which is a bit sucky, but it's one of them things. But no, I absolutely loved it. So
yeah. Like art was like it for me. I started taking art second grade. I said, yo, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to do nothing else.
Yeah.
And so like, just with art, just, there's such a freedom of expression when you do art. You can develop your own style and things like that, do what you want to do. So you can make anything,
it's kind of like a bit of a trance. Like whenever I paint, I'm painting. That's what I'm doing in that moment. And I've been doing, my mum's kept all of my toddler artwork where it's questionable, but she's like, it's great. She's got some of my paintings actually in her office, so she must like what I do, I suppose.
Now, do you do paintings or is it just like on nails?
No, they're paintings, so like actual canvas paintings. One of them is my art project from school. It was a bit dark and mysterious, but she absolutely loves it. So I'm like, why do you have that up in your office? It's not a nice, it's not a happy painting. But she's like, no, I love it. I'm like,
okay. Yeah, right, exactly. So you have your own press-on nail business where you sell your own press-ons. And I definitely want to get into that. So what was the decision behind having your own press-on nail brand?
Oh, okay. So I always loved, obviously, nail art. Like I said, that's a big question. I always loved nail art. And I didn't really know what press-on nails were until COVID hit. I'm one of them COVID business starters and just lucky it went well. And yeah, I just sat there one day. I was in a administration job. I hated it. And me and my husband were like, let's do something. I've always wanted to have my own business and I love art. So I was like, let's combine the two. And then the nails just came up one day and I was like, I'm going to give it a go. My first designs were questionable. I don't know how I got orders back then. They were interesting. But yeah, and then it's just kind of stemmed off from that, really. I've kept practicing literally every day I've painted. Started doing character work. I was like, well, this is cool. And then it's just kind of gone on from there, really.
Where do you draw inspiration from in regards to your nail art?
Oh, everything. Like literally everything. I'll be walking around and I'll see a flower and I'll think, oh, I want to paint that flower. Or, I've got a little nephew. He loves watching cartoons. Oh, I want to paint that cartoon. I want to do this, that, just everything. Like my dogs. I painted my dogs in cartoon form. Just everything. I think that's the good thing about being an artist is that you can see something and think, I'm going to do something like that. which I quite like.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And
Yeah.
what's so very common is that there's this trend of cartoon character nail art out now.
Yes.
It's still common for everybody to do, not everybody, but there's a great chunk of nail artists that do character nail work. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, there's so many just amazing artists out there that can do cartoons, and then you've got the portrait artists as well, which are just they blow my mind every time I see them, like Maddox when she comes up, or Vix. It's like, wow. Want to be like that.
Yeah. Ball Pit, Dev, and Tino Vo.
Yeah.
It's like it's really, really cool to see like their process, just how they make their whole sets of nails and things like that. But I also like how people have their own individual style and they're not going with the trends.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I love watching their videos because the way they would maybe start a character is completely different to how I would say start a character and other people out there.
Right.
Obviously outlining your characters first, and then you've got your color blocking, which I struggle with, but just the amount of variations to get to one goal is just amazing. That's why I like that everyone's different in their own way to get to there, kind of thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, what are some business tips you could provide for someone who wants to start their own press-on-nail business?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because I wish I would had someone say to me when I first started, right, do this. I would say, good photos do help. So you see, nothing against them, but you see people that do their press on nails, but they're just on. They don't have a background to it. They don't have consistency. So, like for example, mine, they're constantly in a box with a marble background. I think if you have a consistency, and they're all neat and tidy, that's more appealing to people than if they're just like on a white background and not in a box, or just like loose, if you know what I mean. But I found photos really do help, because my first photos were not as they are now, and that they were well. And also just kind of keep going. Like, it took me, I think, 3 months to get my first order, from when I first opened my shop to when I first got my order. And even then it was a friend, so it wasn't like a stranger. But just keep going. Like, there were so many times I was thinking, oh, no one's ever going to order these, it's a failure already. But just literally just keep pushing through, keep working on your social media, because that is a big, big help. Consistency is key. Post every day. Try and find the timings to post as well. And just reaching out to the nail community. Like, it's amazing how just amazing this community is, in the sense that the strangers that you meet online will support you sometimes more than your own friends and family. So get yourself good nail besties, and work with them, really.
Yeah, I can definitely agree, because you definitely want to really keep going within your process of your artistry, but also making artwork and putting yourself out there, because that really helps attract customers.
Yes.
And there's I'm sure with a lot of us, there's times where we're like, I don't know if I'll get an order, I feel like giving up, but you can't give up, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. So I believe that what you were saying about keep going, because you never know.
Yeah, literally, you never know. And there is also Dippy Cow Nails, who is a UK nail artist. She's got a press on portal, and that is amazing. I've only just like entered it and kind of in it now, but wish I had that 3 years ago, because it just helps so much. There's so many tutorials on there, and business ideas as well, because I think you can start a press on nail business, but at the end of the day, it is still a business. Like, you need to have your strategies, you need to have your business, kind of what I'm going to do next. So that also really helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how you said with content, because content is very, very important as well, because you got to have good content. I think you can post every day, but I think also too, I think you want to pull out your best pieces of content and post it, whether it's like a reel or like a picture of your nails or any type of artwork that you do. So I think it's definitely not just posting every day, but you want to put your best foot forward in terms of what content you post.
Yeah, and I think as well with content, like, I know I said be consistent, but like, that's just with the posting, because I've posted so many different variations. Like I've posted packaging videos, just me clearing up my office videos. Like it's amazing what you think will go really well or viral, you know, is compared to what actually does. For example, like I had a video where I was painting all my I painted 10 character dogs, and I thought, oh, I love them, they're going to go really well. They flopped completely, so I was like, it's fine. But then there was just I think it was just one nail. It was just a character. It was a TikToker's logo kind of thing, and that had like thousands and thousands of views and likes. And I was like, what's going on? But yeah, it's not your work. It's just the algorithm. So
yeah, the algorithm acts really weird.
Yeah, I still can't wrap my head around it, so I kind of give up.
Yeah, right, exactly. I totally agree with that because the algorithm just be all over the place and things like that. And especially like with content, like for me personally, like I've learned a way to promote my podcast is not just posting on YouTube, you know, but it's also posting it as a short, posting it on, you know, Instagram and TikTok, because that's how I get people to know, like, hey, this is a new podcast interview and sneak peeks and stuff. So that's what I've been doing now as far as content, not just doing like my nail artwork and things like that. So yeah. There's a lot of ways, you know, you can attract people.
Oh yeah, like when I'm painting, I'll obviously video what I'm doing, and then I'll have a separate video for TikTok. Even though it's the same like set, I'll change the video up slightly for, say, Instagram. I'll change it up slightly again for Facebook, and things like that. So it helps to have, like, if it is one set but kind of 3 different videos, I think that helps as well, because then people, if they follow you on all 3, they're not going to get bored of just that one video. They're going to see it and be like, oh, that's different. So I think that helps.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now you're always on TikTok, you know, doing, you know, your nail artwork, and you're collaborating with other, you know, nail artists, you know, one of which, you know, that I've seen was you and Nailed It by Chelsea, who I've had on the show. I definitely want to go ahead and ask, like, what's your take on the importance of collaboration with other nail artists?
Oh, it's one of the most important things, because they will share their knowledge with you. They will share, well, if they're good people, obviously, they will share as much as they can. Same with me, you know, I would much rather people reach out and ask me, like, oh, what do I do here? And I'm not a gatekeeper. I will say, right, do this, give them steps. And it's just so important to have that support there as well. You know, if you're having a rough day or a customer has asked you for a certain thing that you've never done before, if you've got that big group of nail artists that you can, you know, be friends and collaborate with, it's like a big hug. We're like a big family kind of thing. We help each other out, which I love. So yeah, it's very, very important to have that support there from other artists as well, and they know what you're going through. So
yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as your nail art style, how can you describe it? You know, do you describe it as cartoony, versatile? Like, how do you describe it?
A bit of everything, really. I think I spoke to Alana, obviously Trick or Treat, and she's got her niche. She's got her gothic horror, but I don't feel like I have a niche, to be honest. I feel like I do a little bit of everything. I do Disney, I do cartoons, I do do portraits, you know, basic styles. I'd love to say, oh, this is my style, but I think I just kind of dabble in everything, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, in terms of nail products, what are like your favorite nail products to use, like in terms of nail art?
Oh, I use a lot, to be honest, because when I started out, I bought so many different brands off of Amazon, and they were cheap. You know, some of them were good, and some of them were what you pay for. But I would say for my gel colors, I use Beetles. They've never failed me. I do absolutely love them. And then you've got my Nailed It by Chelsea and Nails by Cassie. Cassie Pate. They are the brushes that they both have. They're so different, and I love the fact that they're my 2 favorite people. And then, you know, they've got 2 different products, and obviously Dev as well. I've got her black liner gel, and the day that arrived in the post, I genuinely think that's the day my nail art just skyrocketed. You know, it's amazing how much good quality products do change your work, which I really love. But yeah, there's so many out there as well. There's so many weird names that I can't pronounce, and I love the product. I'll do.
Yeah. Beetles is pretty good. I think Modelins is pretty good. Savolin.
Yeah, I've recently bought, is it Modelins, Modelones? got their matte top coat, I think. I haven't tried it out yet, actually, but it's sitting behind me. So
Yeah, the Marlin's non white top coat is pretty good.
yeah.
You know, yeah, the word can be hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
I say Modelins or whatever.
Yeah, some things I just can't pronounce, but they're good, so I'll trust them. I think the good thing, well, once I've used a product, and if it's good or if it, you know, keeps going up, like I've used the same top coat brand for the last 3 years of doing my press on nails, because it's not failed me once, touch wood. And then, you know, as soon as I do find a product that I love and doesn't let me down, I will use it throughout. So
Yeah, right, exactly. And the thing is also too, like I like chrome, but sometimes chrome can be a hit or miss.
yeah, chrome is like a nemesis. It's beautiful and the outcomes are stunning, but getting the outcome you want can be really hard. It took me months to learn how to just do the normal one coat chrome, and then trying to do it with little designs is just mental.
Yeah, right. Now let me ask you this: have you ever tried like 3D gel, like 3D acrylic or anything?
I have, not very well. That's why I haven't posted anything, because it's been horrendous. I don't know how people do, like Alicia, I can never say her name properly, the nail doc, the stuff she does, I'm like, how do you, like, it just blows my mind. And I do have some, and I have to kind of get it right before I post it. I think I've got photos, but they're very deep in my camera roll. So
yeah, but she's pretty good with the 3D nail art. You know, there's some people that are very good with 3D nail art. There's another nail art. She's from the UK. Her name is Anastasia Anuska.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. So I love all UK tech, so I think I'm a bit biased.
but she's a good nail artist. She does like hand painted work. She's done like 3D nail art and things like that. So yeah, 3D gel is pretty good to work with. I work with 3D gel and 3D clear gel, because you could do different stuff with it. The possibilities are so endless.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm a drawer actually. It's a clear kind of weird gel thing. So actually do that, because that's the thing as well. I will buy so many nail products and they'll last for months. I will either not use them because I'm scared to use them, or I'll get too busy and I'll think, oh, I really want to try that. Yeah, I hoard stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I do different products. I don't do like, one specific thing. Like Appraise pretty good with their colors. Of course, I love 3D gel, like I said before. There's some chrome powders that are pretty good. I got this chrome gel. It's from Ice Gel. It's called Heavy Metal Gel. And it's very interesting to use. But you need a certain top coat to top the chrome.
Yeah. So I think that's where some brands get you. They will say, oh, we're bringing out this new product, but you need this product to use it, kind of thing, which is a good business strategy, I suppose. But I do like the products that can all be interchanged. Like my chrome that I have, it's like, it's not, I don't even know if it's branded, to be honest. It's just good and I use it with anything. So that's what I love about it.
Now, if you had a top 5 list of your favorite nail artists, who would they be and why?
I was dreading this question. So there's so many artists out there that just are absolutely amazing, and obviously you have got all the top artists like Devon Maddox and people like that, but I'm gonna use this to shine a light on the smaller artists. So you've got people like Sparkle Nails, which is Karina. You've got Amanda, who is Little Pink. You've got, obviously, I have to say Alana, because she told me that she won't be friends with me if I don't say Alana from Trick or Treat Nails. I'm saying that as well. And then you've got, obviously, Cassie as well, Cassie Payne, and Chelsea, who I am an ambassador for, but they are absolutely amazing. And they're all UK girls, so.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. That's really, really cool. Now, how have you been able to balance, being a nail artist with everyday life?
It's been hard because the holidays, as you call it, but the Christmas time, Halloween, and things like that, they get super, super busy. So there has been times, where I've either missed a family event or things like that. But it's just kind of time management as well. So yes, it is a small business, but I try and aim to work 9 to 5 where I can, just for that work-life balance, because the mental health is so important. You don't want to burn out both ends, and get burnt out. So you need to, you know, say, right, 9 to 5, that's my time. And then, you know, next day I work 5 days. If I do have to work, you know, on the weekends, I do it. But you try and balance it as best as you can. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any hobbies that you do besides, like, you know, the 9 to 5 and things like that that you take your time?
I'm a bit of a homebody, to be fair. I don't really go out much. I think my dogs, if that can count as a hobby, because I have two Labradors. We go out walking with them, or we take them places. You know, they're kind of like our babies, so they get treated very well. And that's about it, really. I mean, obviously friends and family. I'm very friend and family orientated, so I love spending the weekends with them. You know, my friends will sometimes just come round for a cup of tea, and we'll just sit there, talk for hours, and then it's like 7 o'clock, and we're like, oh, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, right. What are some of like your favorite movies? Do you have any animated movies that you look at and things like that? What's your favorite movies?
I've never, I don't know why, I've just never got around to watching an anime movie. They look cool, like especially Anime Nails. I've done one anime, and that was I think it's Dragon Ball Z, if that is anime, I think it is. But yeah, I love horror movies, to be fair. I'm a horror girl, I think. But Sean won't watch them with me, so I have to watch them on my own, and then I do scare myself, but it's worth it. So, and I'm currently binge watching NCIS at the minute, because what I do, when I am painting, I just sit there with my laptop beside me and I binge watch seasons like they're going out of fashion. I must have gone through at least 10, 15, like, just, I don't know what I've watched, to be fair. They just play in the background. I know I've written lines the whole way through, but I couldn't tell you what happened. So
now with the animated movies, I said animated, not anime. So like any like Disney movies, or like
Disney. I've watched
you know, any type of like animated movies, 3D, 2D.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Obviously Disney. I am a Disney big obsessive fan. So I've watched pretty much all of those. I love Anastasia, because that's not a Disney movie, but Anastasia the princess, I love that one. I don't watch many movies, to be honest. I'm more of a TV series. Like, I'm watching Vampire Diaries at the moment, which I love. For the 4th time I'm watching that through. So I think I'm very much as well, like, if I watch something and I love it, then I will watch it on repeat. I'm kind of like not scared to watch new things, but if I'm not interested in the first 10 minutes, I'll just turn it off.
I like your nail studio. I like how like organized it looks, like, you know.
Well, I'm currently facing my window at the moment, because if not, like, well, I sit like backwards to paint. But yeah, I've literally got everything up behind me. All of my mess is to the side, so you can't see that. Wiped it all to the side.
Yeah, I like how the background has, like, you know, your nail polishes, and then like you have like the post, especially, you know, Chelsea's prints.
Yes.
And things like that. That's really, really cool.
Well, these are trick or treats, and then that's Chelsea's. This is my finalist certificate. And that's a laminated A4 sheet of paper that my mum made me. It's just like when I'm on lives, instead of looking at my horrible desk that's got like chunks out of it, you can see my nice logo instead.
Yeah. Like for me, I have like my drafting table, and then like my mannequin.
Yes, I do love. There's a mannequin. I thought it was just a coat hanging up.
No, it's a mannequin. You know, with a nice scarf on it. And you know, I have my camera. Well, I put my camera, you know, to film my nail art stuff and things like that.
Oh yeah, I have a. Oh, I'm not using my stand. It's like when you look for your phone and it's right in front.
Yeah. So I definitely want to get into in regards to success. How would you define success?
Do you know, many different ways, little things. So being happy, that's a bigger success. Being able to pay bills, that helps. And yeah, success is probably just actually being happy and being able to make other people happy. You know, like, I've got a lot of customers that will message me and say, you know, thank you so much for my nails. They've given me so much confidence. And as soon as I get messages like that, I just think, oh, I've done it, you know. So that is really good. And just, yeah, being able to be there for other nail technicians.
Right.
Yeah, quite a few of them ask me for advice, and I think, well, they're coming to me for advice. That's crazy. I'm still looking for advice myself. that to me is
right.
It's not all about the money. Well, for me, it's not all about the money. It's just how you feel and how you make other people feel. And if it's happy, then success.
Yeah. Also, too, like making a difference too, you know. And when we, you know, do like our nail art or we go live and things like that, you know, like how I do the podcast, you know, you actually make a difference.
Yeah.
And I like how you said, like, you make other people happy, you touch other people's lives. So that's really, really cool how the nail community can really make a difference, not just to be about the aesthetics of nail artistry, but can be about impact as well.
Yeah, I like to keep it real, especially on my lives, because it is live and I can't change anything. Like, you know, at the minute I don't have nails on. They're horrendous at the minute. So, you know, like, just if I make a mistake on live, I like the fact that people can see that in a way, because you know, when you have got hundreds of people watching you, I don't know, you want to be as real as you can be, you know. So like, ask me questions, I'll answer them. You know, if they say, what do you do if you mess up, I'll show you, you know, and I'll purposely either put a line in the wrong place or something like that, and show them. And some of my TikToks, they're probably too much information for people, but I put them out there. Like, I've got my little PSA, my public service announcement for nail techs on my TikTok to make people feel better, you know, because rare that if I'm feeling down, or, you know, if I'm just overstimulated or something, you know, it would help me if I saw a video like that saying, you know, it's okay to not be okay. So I like to kind of spread the awareness of that and just make people know that they're not going, if they're going through a rough patch, they're not on their own. You know, there are people out to help them and are going through the same thing, and just keep pushing through. So
now, if you had one valuable piece of advice for upcoming nail artists, you know, even if it's personal nail artists, what would it be?
Oh, that's a hard question. Just like that is so, believe in yourself. I'm going to say that. Believe in yourself, because, you know, you've got yourself this far. You will get yourself as far as you can go, and just keep pushing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. I can absolutely agree with that. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media? How can people support you and your work?
Okay, so you can find me on TikTok at msk.nails, on my Instagram at msk.nails.pressons, and then on Facebook just MSK Nails. I think they're the 3 I have. I have Pinterest, but I forgot my login like years ago. That's just floating around.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Megan, for jumping onto the show. Your work is absolutely great. I love like tuning into your TikTok lives and watching you work. So it's really, really cool to check out your work, and you know, your work is really, really awesome. I love this conversation. Just keep doing what you're doing, and just thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. It's been amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Be sure to check out my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye.